You ready? Okay.
This is the story of a man named Simon. Simon was a man who could blend into anything. If you saw him at the grocery store, you wouldn't think twice. Simon, however, was not an ordinary person. He was a part of the Children of Beauty. It wasn't anything huge. If you haven't heard of them before, I don't blame you. It was about 25 of us living in a mansion outside of this small town in the middle of nowhere. We were very self-sufficient, so there was no need to leave the grounds. Now it was the 1970s, and it's the morning of a Friday, because that's when we got together for our big ceremonies. Simon has just discovered that he is not only in a cult, but he was the leader.
My name is Simon Aldrich. For 7 months, I believed I was spreading the good word of our Lord. I thought the church was wrong. I thought they were contorting the truth and that I was chosen to mend their fault. But as it seems, it is I who's at fault. I was wrong. I have hurt. I have betrayed my followers, my family. I must not lose them, though. All I've built. I know what I've done is wrong, but I cannot lose this.
Is that from the mansion?
Yeah.
Was he an outcast?
Simon was quite normal growing up. He was social and unassuming. Simon had a bright future ahead of him. He went to Yale, but after his first semester, he dropped out. Simon returned to his hometown and soon after began the Children of Beauty. He was a completely different person. People who knew him described him as if he was wearing a mask for all his life, and suddenly he had taken it off.
What was the mansion like?
Oh, it was wonderful. Plenty of space for all of us. Surrounding the property there was a lush garden. The mansion was all white, marble, quartz, something like that. It was beautiful to look at. Not so much nowadays, but in its prime, it was quite the treat to stay at. That Friday, though, the whole place felt off. It was a sunny day, right in the middle of summer, and yet the grounds felt so dead. The plants all looked more gray than I've ever seen. Simon had been pacing around the garden for most of that day.
May I?
As always, please, sit.
Thank you.
Is there anything on your mind?
That's what I wanted to ask you. You seemed off today, Father.
You can call me Simon, please.
Of course, yes. I was worried about... I was wondering if we were still going to have the ceremony tonight or if I should call it off.
There is no need. I appreciate you looking out for me, but I assure you the meeting will still happen tonight.
I hope God can aid you in finding the path to whatever it is you're wrestling.
"13:06. 3 hours before the ceremony. My mask, my lies, I must uphold it. But it is strangling me from the core. I can't live like this, but I cannot lose my kingdom. There is so much love for this world I have created. But what does this love mean if it weren't really the kingdom? Greetings all. I'm grateful we are all present. Tonight will not be as long of a meeting as normal, but what I say is important. Please open your literature to where we left off. Thank you. Now, please read to yourselves in silence.
Father, what does this mean? Is this in fault?
No, this is correct. I was wrong.
You told us we were on the right path.
We can move past this. I'm sure we can. Wait. Please, I made a mistake.
Simon watched the past 7 months of his life leave the building that night. It was all gone. It was the right thing to do. I knew it was the right thing to do, but I freed those people. They would have all died if I hadn't freed them, but I was alone. It was all gone.
It's okay.
I've done so much wrong. I've hurt so many. But this disease inside me, how long would it have continued for? How many people would have died for nothing?
You saved the lives of so many by realizing what you were doing was wrong. You did a good thing. And on that note, thank you, Mr. Aldrich, for your time today. Coming up next, traffic in 5 followed by the weather. Stay safe and enjoy your drive.